Welcome to Indiana basketball. Welcome to Hobby Life, episode 15, everyone. Go Hickory! Yeah, I am in Knightstown, Indiana at the Hoosier Gym. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. We're going to be talking to Bob Garner, who's going to give us a tour of the gym, and he has a brand new book, Hoosiers 11 Life Lessons, that we're going to be talking about. Also, we have a surprise former Hickory Husker going to be joining in. You're not going to want to miss it. Also, Tracy Hackler from Panini America is coming back on again. We're going to talk about basketball. We're going to rip in some basketball and a huge giveaway. So, jam-packed show. Before we get started, thank you to Southern Hobby Supply and Beckett Media. Always great sponsors. Thank you, guys. So let's get to the show. Go Hickory! I'm now sitting down with Hoosier Bob, the author of the recently released book, Hoosiers 11 Life Lessons. So, Bob, how did you start the book, and why did you start the book?
Well, basically because of all of the people who came through the gym and told stories about how this gym had meant so much to them. And I actually started analyzing why after 30 years was the movie so popular. And I came to the conclusions that you could have done this movie in Wisconsin about hockey and it would have been the same. And out of that, I realized that Angelo Pizzo, who wrote the script, was a genius. And his script, now all these years later, is the reason that the movie is a classic. And as I started analyzing, I realized that there were 11 life lessons in that book, in the movie, that comprised my book.
Yeah, very cool. Hoosier's best movie ever. So I want to talk a little bit about a specific chapter, number 2. It's called Second Chances. Can you tell us a little bit about that chapter?
Wow. The movie could have been called Second Chances.
Yes.
Because there's so many different examples of second chances in the movie. I mean, you can go to giving Buddy and Wint a second chance to be back on the team. Look at the amount of second chances that Shooter got, not only from Norm as a coach, but also his son. Norm got a second chance. You know, he gets fired from his college job, and Cletus gives him a chance to coach again. So the entire book was about second chances, and the hardest part about writing the book was trying to include all of the second chances without eliminating some of the other important lessons in the movie.
Yes, very cool. It's an awesome read. Can you tell us where you can find the book?
Yeah, you can go to 11lifelessons.com. I'd love to everyone to go there. And that 11 life lessons could either be 11, the numbers, or spelled out. And they can order it there, or they can come to the Hoosier Gym and get it. And I will add that this book benefits the Hoosier Gym, which is the most important reason I wrote it.
So can you tell us a little bit about the writing process of the book?
Yeah, there's sort of a backstory to that. When I was a junior in high school, I got cut from the basketball team. And the editor of the local weekly paper said, come to work for me, keep stats for the games. And he would write all of the Knightstown articles. And one Friday night, he said, I want you to go down to Mays High School, watch a game, and write me a story. So the next morning, the Saturday morning, I took the work in and showed it to him. He sat there with a red pen crossing through everything and breaking my heart. And after a year of him mentoring me, he said, you know, you ought to write. Well, 50 years later, I finally wrote. But the interesting thing about that was I'd never written anything. And it is not easy to write. I would write a chapter, tear it up, and start all over again. And it was only after I got an editor who actually controlled me that I was able to finish it. But everything in there comes from my heart. In fact, when I wrote this, I told Merv, one of the volunteers, that I'm doing this for two things. Number one, I'm writing it for myself. And number two, if I find one person that likes it, then it will have been a success. And I've achieved both of those, so I'm real happy.
It's definitely a very good book. I read it myself, and it's very inspiring. And
I want to add one thing about my favorite chapter. Chapter 11 on redemption. And I don't want to give the book away because I want people to buy it and support the gym. But I had a young lady that comes and volunteers at the gym as an Honor Society student. And she asked if she could read an advanced copy. And she read it. And I got a letter from her. And in that letter, she described how she'd been going through, had a lot of weight on her shoulder, trying to make tough decisions. And I had completed the book. And in that letter, she ended it with, I didn't know I needed the book until I needed it. And because of that one sentence, I went back and included her big portion of her letter and changed the last chapter of the book. And so when you read Redemption, you'll understand why that chapter meant so much to me.
Very, very cool. My favorite chapter of the book has got to be chapter 2, just because, I mean, like you said, the movie could be called Second Chances, and I just like that chapter a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. That was one of the original chapters, the first one I wrote, in fact. It ended up number 2, but it was the first one. But people your age come to tour the gym. And years ago, I started telling them if they learned the life lessons in the movie Hoosiers, they would have the foundation for great life. And if they followed them, make it a part of their core values, they would achieve it. And I firmly believe that. And so as you think about the book, I want you to think about one thing: values.
Isn't that like chapter 5?
Well, it's in there.
Chapter...
But we don't give a whole book away, though. Yeah.
Forget what I said, okay? Can you tell us where online you could find it?
11lifelessons.com, and obviously here at the Hoosier Gym.
All right, if you are in the Indianapolis area, definitely come to the Hoosier Gym, tour it, buy the book. And if you're not near Indianapolis and you're in California, buy it online. So thank you so much, Bob, for coming on, and the book is awesome. What do you say, Bob? Can you give me a little tour?
Oh, we could take a tour, maybe even shoot some baskets. How about that?
I like that. All right, everyone. Hoosier Bob is now going to give us a tour of the Hoosier Gym. So,
welcome, Brody. The building here itself was built in 1921. Next year will be the 100th anniversary. The only changes being heating and air conditioning, 3-point lines, and ugly school boards. But from the movie, you'd be interested in the Go Hickory All the Way banner. That was across the street in New Richmond, Indiana. And the last scene you see in the movie of the photo with the state championship team, we only got that back in August of 2016. For 30 years, it'd been hanging on a wall in a garage in Los Angeles. Now, you're going to have to be careful going down the steps, because this is part of the 1921 building, and people had really tiny feet back then. Going down. Now, the only change down here from the movie has been the addition of the electric heat. Because when we put in heating and air conditioning, there's no room for ductwork. The benches there that the players sat on in the movie were also the benches that they carried upstairs and they used during the game for the team benches. And if you want to sit exactly where Coach Dale sat, you can sit right there. That's the actual bench he sat on when he gave them the weekend to decide if they wanted to be on the team or not after the My Team's on the Floor game. On the blackboard here is real interesting. Some of the great lines from the movie, but my favorite is don't get caught watching the paint dry. And the reason for that is that was not in the script. That was an ad lib that they left in and has become one of the real famous lines in the movie. The jerseys here in the locker room and the ones at the top of the stairs and back in our Wall of Fame are from teams that played here this last year. We had 106 basketball games, 84 of them high school. In the last 2 years, we've had teams from Mississippi, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Michigan, Missouri, and Illinois all come in for real high school basketball games, not scrimmages. Now, back here, we have the Wall of Fame. And the Wall of Fame was centered around the fact that we had an all-star game every year where we take the best senior girls in the state, divide them into 2 teams, and they play each other. And we do the same with the boys. Unfortunately, this year, which would have been our 15th, we lost to the virus. But in the previous 14 years, it's interesting to understand that 8 of the girls who played here have gone on to the WNBA. We've had Skylar Diggins, Kelly Ferris, Katie Gerald, Jackie Young, who was on Notre Dame's national championship team. And over the period of the 14 years, 20 of the guys who played here have made the NBA, and currently 12 are on NBA rosters. Mike Conley, Eric Gordon, Gordon Hayward, Trey Lyles, Tyler Zeller, Glenn Robinson III, Gary Harris, Jeff Teague, Etwan Moore, RJ Hunter, Jawan Johnson, and Kyle Guy are all currently on the NBA rosters.
That's crazy.
And again, more jerseys. Brody in 2004, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron James were here for a special on ESPN.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is before Carmelo and LeBron had even played a game in the NBA. But what's interesting, why they were here, they signed a basketball. Wow. And I've checked every place. I've never found another basketball signed by those 4 and only those 4.
That's crazy.
Would you like to hold it?
Are you crazy, Bob?
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't do this for everyone. You're one of the few that have actually got to touch it.
Holy cow, this is awesome. I feel very honored. Hobby Squad, if this ball went up for auction, what do you think it would go for? I'm sure a lot. Hey everyone, it's Brody the Kid here, and I am in the Hoosier Gym locker room. Yes, the real one they used in the movie, and we're going to be opening some cards down here. Courtesy of Panini, you guys can win these cards. So, we're doing a 2019-20 Obsidian basketball box. We get 7 cards in here, 2 autos. These cards are so nice looking. I'm really excited to open this. So let's see what we find. All right. Got our 1 pack, and let's rip into it and see what we get. All right. Here we go. Malcolm Brogdon. These cards, the patterns are so cool looking. Just a little base card right there. Oh, and it's probably about a 55-point stock on the base cards. A little thicker, but not super thick. We got Gordon Hayward. Then we have 24 of 75, rookie parallel of Kendrick Nunn. That's a nice card. Nice. Then, looks like we have a little insert here. Tunnel Vision, numbered to 99 of Pascal Siakam. Really cool die cut with the circular top. And we have backwards cards, so did I miss one? Okay, I missed the card on the back. Oh, nice! We have a base rookie of Zion Williamson. Sweet card. Holy cannoli! Nice card. Zion rookie base. That's a really cool card. Alright, now let's take a look at our hits. To start us off, we have numbered to 75, Myers Leonard. It's pretty cool. A little bit of a veteran auto there. And then, oh, that is sick. Onyx autographs, numbered to 35 of Trae Young. Wow, that was a great box. Second year auto, Trae Young. Wow. You'll have the weekend to decide if you really want to be part of this hobby squad or not, under the following condition. What I say when it comes to this basketball team is the law, absolutely without discussion. What's up everyone, it's Brody the Kid here, and I'm back with another edition of the Daily Rip. I am here at center court of the Hoosier Gym, and we're doing a sweet rip today. We are doing, courtesy of Panini, a 2019-20 Donruss Optic Basketball Blaster Box, and all these cards in this box are going to be given away. Yes, they are given away in the live chat of the next Hobby Life episode. So, let's see what we get. Let's get into this. Super excited. Maybe we'll get something really nice. Maybe get an autograph. Nice Zion or something. Alright, I get 7 packs of 4 cards. Let's see what we get. So if you've not seen the base card design, here it is. Then we have a rated rookie of Daniel Gafford. Nice for the Bulls. Winner stays Kawhi. That's a cool insert. Alright. Optic's pretty nice this year. They did a good job with it. KD at his new Nets uniform. Oh, this is a nice one. We have a rated rookie of Ja Morant. Nice card. That a lot of times if you get a Ja, you usually get a Zion. So we might have a Zion later, which would be awesome. Then we have a T-321 insert silver of Karl Anthony Towns. Nice card, the cat. All right. Pack number 3. DeJounte Murray. And yes, my theory was right. Zion Williamson, rated rookie. What a box. Both of them sitting right there in here. Nice card. Zion and Ja, and we're not even halfway through yet. We have a purple of Mike Conley. Express lane insert. Alright. Got in a very good box so far. And one of you is going to win them. We have a Kyrie Irving. Oh, nice. And a Tyler Hero rookie. Holy cow, this box has been crazy. Nice card. And we have a hollow rated rookie of Darius Garland. And he was like the 5th or 6th pick in the draft. Holy cow. Holy cannoli. What a box. And we still have 3 packs left to go. Man, what a box. Steven Adams. Definitely the best blaster I've ever opened. Probably one of the best I've seen. We've got a Cameron Johnson, red rookie. We have a purple of Marcus Smart. All right. We have a Rudy Gay. We have a rated rookie of Jackson Hayes. Then we have a T- insert of Steph in Curry. That's pretty cool. Nice. All right, last pack. See what we find. We have a Dennis Schroeder rookie card. Oh man, a Kobe White rated rookie. Man, we got like every good rookie pretty much that we could get. Holy cow, that was a crazy blaster box. Then we have, I love these inserts. My House, DeMar DeRozan. Nice. And Jason Tatum. All right, one of you are going to win those cards. Thank you again to Panini for sending those my way. Go Hickory!
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for a special message from HOBBYPALOOZA.
Tomorrow, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, HOBBYPALOOZA Kids Hour, hosted by me, Brody the Kid. Box breaks, giveaways, trivia, and fun. Tune in to win. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
For more information, visit thehobbypalooza.com.
Hoosiers is my favorite movie and one of the most iconic sports movies of all time. I am super excited to introduce our special guest, a former Hickory Husker player, number 14, Brody Walker. Please, everyone, welcome Brad Long. Brad, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Brody. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on. It's going to be a very fun interview.
Well, I'm looking forward.
All right. It's going to be fun. So I just want to start off and ask, how did you get your spot as Buddy on the Hickory Huskers?
Well, I tell you, I had just graduated college, and that summer there was ads in the paper. They were looking for 18 to 20-year-olds, and I was 23, really felt like I was too old, but I had a lot of friends at that time say, you still look young for your age, which that's changed now, but back then I did, and just kind of read for the part. They had opening call-outs, and about 2 or 3 weeks of tryouts. We read lines, we practiced basketball, and just finally was chosen as a member of the team.
That's a pretty cool way to do it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I mean, I think most sports movies, Brody, they look for actors and hope they can play basketball. This movie, they took a different kind of twist. They looked for basketball players and hoped they could act. So they took a little bit of a chance on us, from the acting perspective. But, they didn't give us too many lines, so we couldn't mess that up too badly.
All right, that's pretty cool. So I have to ask you this. How did Buddy come back on the team at the Cedar Nom game?
Yeah, that's probably one of the most asked questions. The critics kind of got a hold of that as well. To make the long story short, they cut a scene in which I drive up in a 52 Chevy. I get back on the team by asking the coach if I can get back on. And then that scene was cut out because the people at Orion felt like I looked enough like Jimmy. They weren't going to be sure whether, it was Buddy or Jimmy coming back on the team. But this day, the director will tell you that he thinks it's a scene that should have been left in to explain that. Because you're right, all of a sudden I show up, a couple games later. I guess audiences are just supposed to assume that I straightened up and saw the error of my ways and returned to the team.
Yeah, Coach Dale is just like talking to you during a timeout. I'm like, wait, what? How is he back?
Right, yeah. It's and especially because I was so vocal when I was kicked off the team. I was the one doing most of the mouthing off. So it is a little bit of a hole there. And if you ever get the DVD version that shows the deleted scenes, my scene, how I get back on the team, is in that.
All right, I'll definitely have to check that out. So
yeah,
I want to ask you, between the 8 of you, if you guys were to have a one-on-one tournament, who would be the top 2 and who would win?
That's a loaded question. I tell you, all of us could play. I mean, from 1 to 8, there wasn't a great deal of difference in abilities. I mean, some of us had played most of us had played high school basketball. A couple of us had played college basketball. But at the end of the day, a lot of the guys, for instance, who didn't play high school ball got pretty good after high school, played a lot of pickup ball, and kind of, I would say that's why there wasn't a great deal of difference. It would have been interesting. I would have liked to have had that tournament. I think it would have been fun, but I think it would have been close because we were all pretty, all had different strengths in our abilities, and it would have been an interesting tournament, I think.
That they should have definitely done that. That would have been like the great special feature. That would have been
right.
fun to watch.
Yeah, I think so too. It would have been enjoyable. We're all a little bit older now. It'd be tough to do it now, but it would have been fun to do that at the time.
I also have to ask this. One of the most iconic lines from the movie. Did the kid really smell like Dentine?
That's a great question. That you have to ask the writer that, Angelo Pizzo. That was in the script. Kind of the interesting part of that for me was I'm a gum chewer in real life. So, it kind of fit my character. And Gene Hackman told me that was his single favorite line in the whole movie. So that has always meant a lot to me. And what makes that scene work, Brody, as you know, is the reaction that Coach Dale gives Buddy when he says, it was Dentine, that he took the coach that seriously to realize what kind of gum he was chewing. So I probably missed the boat, though. I probably should have worked some kind of a deal out with Wrigley's to do a Dentine commercial. I sure would have enjoyed that, as much gum as I chew.
Yeah, that and probably when you called Wit Gizzard was probably two of the most iconic lines in the whole movie.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, again, that was Angelo. That was his writing, and he tried to use a lot of the vernacular and the ways that players probably would have talked to each other at that time, and so that was kind of a fun scene to get to act like a bad boy, if you will, and take one of them down with me. And but we saw the error of our ways and ended up coming back.
Well, and after you did call him Gizzard, you slapped the door. Did that hurt?
Yeah, that was improv. That was an improvisational thing on my part. I just felt like, I remember Gene Hackman kind of telling us that you just kind of have to be in the moment of each scene, and they're all different emotions, different influences, with what's around you at the time. And here I'd just been kicked out by the coach, and I felt like Buddy would be angry about that. So on my way out, I just kind of reflexively hit the door, and I don't remember whether it hurt or not, to be honest with you, but I've since been told that people notice that. So it's funny, the things you do that you don't think about at the time that end up being meaningful later.
Cool. Can you tell us your favorite memory from?
Yeah, people always tend to think when they ask you what your favorite scene is that it might be something that involves yourself. But frankly, probably my favorite small part of the film, probably my favorite scene is the hospital scene with Everett and Shooter in the hospital. And I just feel like it's a real emotional scene. And, here's Shooter, who's, had the trouble with his drinking, but yet still wants to wish his son good luck, and, hated missing the game, and his son, how that had to be a tough, kind of meeting with his dad and then going off to play. I just think that was a really cool scene. I like that. But the single favorite, really small little thing that happened in the film, and probably, I guess, my single favorite line is the one where Gene Hackman, in the gym you're sitting in right now, walks in for the first time and says, "Welcome to Indiana basketball." I think that kind of encapsulates a little bit of the whole meaning about Hoosiers. Here's a guy that had coached, but he never coached in Indiana, and he knew that it was going to be something different, and it sure was.
Yeah, he's fixing his collar, looking down and seeing if straps are going to come up.
Right. Yeah. That was, again, Angelo and David both, the director and the writer, just really captured that time period, what personalities might have been like, the influences, the different characters, prayer before the game, the barbershop scenes. That's all part of the fabric of small towns in Indiana, with the way they look at basketball and view their basketball. And especially during that time period, before consolidation, where every team had a chance to win the state. There were no class basketball or anything like that. And so I really think they captured that time period.
Yeah, it was a very cool scene. So Thank you so much, Brad, for coming on the show. It means a lot.
I'm sorry. We don't mean to interrupt you, but it's time for Interrupting Game Show. This is the part of the show where Brody the Kid will ask you a question, and you have to pick your answer as quick as possible. And whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. Are you up for the challenge?
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
That did not sound exciting. Are you up for the challenge?
Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm in.
All right, here we go.
This one should be pretty obvious. Basketball or baseball?
Basketball for me.
Reality TV shows or game shows?
Reality TV shows.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Hickory Huskers or Terhune?
Hickory.
Best vacation spot, Hoosier Gym or Disneyland?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I probably would go with the Hoosier Gym.
Collecting sports cards or video games?
Let's see. That's a tough one for me. Probably video games.
Mac and cheese or hot dogs?
Love them both, but I'd probably take mac and cheese over a hot dog.
Best gum, Hubba Bubba or Dentine?
Dentine.
Overhand shot or underhanded like Ollie?
For me, overhand.
Best sports movie of all time, Hoosiers or Hoosiers?
I think you already answered it. Hoosiers.
I'm sorry, you have both lost because it was too long. Just kidding. Everybody's a winner, and somebody will get a great prize pack just for Brad being smart on his answers. You may now continue with the rest of the show.
Nice job, Brad. So, I got one more question for you. What do you think about the gym still being here?
Oh, that's a great question, Brody. I love it. I think Bob Garner and the group there have found their niche. It's a great tourist spot. It's chock full of trivia. Of course, history of not just basketball, but even the school there. And now they even host games in there. They host tours. They host parties.
Yeah, if you're ever in Knightstown, Indiana, definitely check it out. So, thank you so much, Brad, for coming on. It means a lot to me.
Well, thank you, Brody. It's my pleasure, and keep doing what you're doing. And so glad you got to see the gym. And maybe sometime I'll make a visit there and catch you when you're there.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you so much, Brad. Peace out.
Brody, be good. Talk, brother. Bye-bye.
I'll make it.
Everyone, please welcome back to the show from Panini America, Tracy Hackler. How are you doing, Tracy?
I'm doing great. Anytime I get to come on with Brody the Kid, I'm doing great. I must be doing something right, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be talking to you again. Can you believe where I am? The Hoosier Gym is so amazing here. Like
that's so cool. One of the greatest movies of all time, regardless of genre. You know, people call it one of the greatest sports movies. It is, but it's also one of the greatest movies. I love the David and Goliath tale, and I just hope, Brody, that you did it for all the small schools that couldn't be there, bro.
There's so many great lines in that movie. That's my favorite part about it. There's so many lines that you remember.
Yeah, it's such an inspirational movie, man. And, you know, I'm a huge high school sports guy. I grew up playing, and I cover them now. My kids play. And so I just love that the lessons you learn in a team sport, and it starts it starts younger, but the high school sports experience is unlike really any other. So pure, and the Hoosier story is still will give anybody who's seen it 1,000 times chills.
Yeah, I've definitely watched the movie 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite movie of all time.
Love it.
We're going to be talking about some basketball and some cards. We're going to be opening some stuff. It's going to be fun. So I want to start and ask you what new stuff is going to be coming out here for basketball.
So basketball is smoking hot. It's been smoking hot all year. It's off the charts in terms of just global acceptance, certainly North American acceptance, hobby, retail, direct to consumer, you name it. It's all kind of just on fire, which is great. The NBA is about to start back, which I know there's a lot of excitement. Baseball just started back. Football training camps are going to start up soon. So, man, we're about to get back into the mix. But because of that, the Panini America products are coming fast and furious. Next week we have Chronicles basketball coming out along with Elite football, Impeccable soccer, and then the following week I think is Opulence basketball, which is a high-end, super premium, along with Elements football, and then the week after that is Encased basketball. So a lot of stuff coming, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm so excited sports are back. And that Opulence, that's like very, very high end, right?
Yeah, and the way things are going, it ends up being even more high end than anybody anticipates. But Opulence, Opulence kind of came in and I think took a lot of people by surprise. I think 2 years ago was the first year. I think 2 years ago is when it launched. And we don't do it in any other sport, but the NBA folks really seem to have warmly embraced it, and I look forward to what it's going to be this year. I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff from it, but in the next few weeks we'll start to preview a lot more. So I'll be excited to see what that product holds.
Yeah, for sure. That stuff is really nice. So I want to ask you your personal opinion with the NBA restarting. Who you think is going to win the NBA title?
It's a great question. There's an obvious answer that I think everybody probably has on the top of their head. Some team from Los Angeles, but I'm gonna go a little bit different, and it's not just because I'm in this area of Dallas, but I'm gonna go with the Mavericks. I'm gonna give them a wild card chance of making some noise in this return. They have a guy, I don't know, maybe some of your viewers have heard of him, Luka Doncic, who is just incredible. So I'm going to go with the underdog to keep with the theme of your Hoosiers background. I'm going to go with the underdog story of the Mavericks and just see how it goes.
Yeah, I could definitely see that with Luka, and I think it will also be interesting to see like if the Grizzlies make the playoffs or the Pelicans. It'll be really fun if Zion makes the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, can you imagine the one of the big games I know we're all looking forward to when the season restarts? Not long after it restarts is Memphis and New Orleans. Our guy Ja with our guy Zion and those guys going head to head. So man, the amount of excitement I've seen just in the last few days with the return of baseball leads me to believe that the acceptance and the reaction to basketball is just going to be enormous. So yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. So now I want to dive into some box breaking. Thank you so much for sending me some stuff, Tracy. It means a lot. Like, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So we're going to be doing a Mosaic Choice basketball box. This is very cool. You get one auto, a silver prism and a mosaic prism, then 3 choice exclusive mosaics and 2 choice rookies. So I'm pretty excited. Let's see what we get in here.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, man. I'm going to just sit on the edge of my seat watching you because Mosaic really, really took off. I mean, it's been kind of kicking around a few years, and this year's just catapulted from the jump, and it kind of we're actually able to get a lot of the retail Mosaic out right when the pandemic was starting and the shutdowns were going on, and that was one of the products we got out right before the shutdown, and just to see the response has been incredible.
Yeah, because I remember you guys used to do it with like prism style with the mosaic, and I think it looks really nice. Both of them, I think it looked really nice.
Yeah, the actual like aesthetic appeal of the mosaic cards, maybe even there's something about it, maybe even more so than prism, that really attracted a lot of new collectors, really resonated with them. And I also think a lot of the insert designs are really, there's a little throwback nod to some of those that really have performed well.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So we got our silver prism up top. It is of the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem.
Got that famous hook shot.
That's great.
And I'm going to save the auto towards the end. Oh, we
Okay.
got my guy, Bam Adebayo.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Red, 51 of 88. These are so good-looking cards.
Don't they just look, they're just so, they're almost mesmerizing. Like you get hypnotized almost.
Yeah, with the pattern, it's like, woo.
Yeah, those are cool.
We got a Julius Irving, 7 of
Jay?
very cool.
What number is that, Brody?
7 of 88.
7 of 88, okay.
One off the jersey number. We got 68 of 88, Derek White. These
Okay.
are so cool looking.
Yeah, it's a good little
Then we got
player.
red and green rookies. We got Taylor Horton Tucker. Those things.
Okay.
Lots
Look
of
at that. It kind of reminds me of Christmas, too, that red-green mix.
Then we have a Terrence Davis.
Okay.
That looks cool with the Raptors uniform.
Yeah, the red. I love when the color schemes kind of come together.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna put that over our auto. We're gonna take a look at this Kevin Knox mosaic prism.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. I love the mosaic prisms and the silver prisms. They're just
That's a great. Yeah, I mean that mosaic prism really pops, man.
very good job. And our autograph. Let's see. Oh, nice. We got a Brandon Clark. That's pretty cool.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, he was. Oh, whoops. That's why breaker mats in case you drop it. Nothing.
That's right. Don't hurt him.
Yeah, he was. I mean, obviously it's a job, but he was playing really well, actually.
Yeah, he's really cool. Brandon Clark's. He's a really nice guy, and he will. A lot of times when we send him cards to sign throughout the season, he's been real good about posting to his Instagram stories when he's signing them, and we'll have real quick back and forth on what he thinks about them. So he's been really interactive that way. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, and then this design on this is so cool.
There's just so much there. I mean, that's one of the things I love about sports cards is like so much attention and emphasis and focus, rightfully so, is placed on the monetary value of the card or the scarcity of the card. But a lot of the reverse or the flip side of that is that there's also a lot of like aesthetic value, and there's value in the design and in the photo and the way it all comes together. I think a lot of times that might get overlooked because people are just focused on value or scarcity.
Yeah, definitely. So we got another thing, but we are going to be giving this away to you guys watching in the live chat.
Yes.
Some of these cards, including the hits from this Court Kings box. So.
Oh, Court Kings is beautiful.
Yeah. It's like Diamond Kings, but like even more high end. So you get 10
yeah, I really like it.
10 cards, 2 autos are mem. I think there's usually at least 1 auto. I just with 2 autos though, so that would be pretty cool. But the on-card autos in here are really nice.
Yeah, I really like the Court Kings vibe. It feels completely different than anything else we do on basketball. I mean, there are some elements of what you see in Court Kings and other products, but it stands alone, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think we might have 2 autos because I don't see anything thick in here, so we might have gotten 2 autographs.
Nice.
So these inserts too pop really good. We got points in the paint of Andre Drummond, and he definitely gets a lot of points in the paint.
Yeah, that guy's a beast, man.
That card, the artwork is so cool.
Yeah, I really love the effect that we put on those.
This is a nice one. This is Tyler Hero, rookie insert.
Oh,
that's not
nice.
He was playing pretty solid.
Really well, yeah. He really captured a lot of collector attention, and so many people were focused on Ja and Zion, but I mean he's one of those guys, along with like Brandon Clark, a few others that Kendrick Nunn that captured a lot of attention too.
So we have a rookie. This is a Nicolo Melli. I think that's how you say it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a class 3 out of 4, so that's pretty rare.
Yeah, there's like 4 different unique rookie cards for each guy, and the higher you go, the scarcer they become.
Yeah, and the white background just looks really cool.
Yeah, I like that design.
All right. Then we have our base, Andrew Wiggins. The base cards even just are like amazing.
Yeah, it's just so different.
Yeah. Kevin Love. Damian Lillard.
Ooh, Dame, yes. He's one of our guys. He's one of our exclusive guys.
All right, let's see. Got a class 1 of Eric Pascal. He was playing solid.
He's another guy, yeah. I mean, this rookie class is so deep and talented, man.
Yeah, he was one of the bright sides of the Warriors.
Yeah.
Not go to Warriors this year. Then we have out of 149. I think this is a purple or red. I'm not 100. There's so much color I can't tell.
Who's that? Jackson Hayes?
Devin Booker.
Okay. Oh, I couldn't even see that. Yeah, that looks like a red for my side, but
Yeah, there's just so much color you can't even tell.
I know, I love it.
Got a 149. So cool card there. Then here comes our hits. We have out of 49, Cherokee Parks.
Oh, Cherokee Parks, man, that's an old school
Yeah,
or throwback guy. He was around in the mid to late 90s. Played for quite a few teams, I think.
Very cool looking card.
Yeah, big-time college guy.
Cool. This one's cool. Out of 49, this is actually pretty cool. Derek Fisher. That's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Really cool.
That's a nice autograph, too.
Yeah. He has a nice signature.
Yeah, he was a big part of some of those championship runs that the Lakers had.
Yeah, definitely. So, a lot of fun talking to you, Tracy. Thank you so much for being on again. Anytime on.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me on. And I don't know if you're going to go drain some more buckets in that historic gymnasium you're in, but if you do, just, like David throwing the stone at Goliath, knock him down. But thank you. You guys have a great rest of your week.
Hold on, Tracy. We got to get serious. I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
This is very important. Probably the most important question I've ever asked you.
Wow. And you've asked me some pretty important stuff, too.
What do I have to do, or how many Brody the Kid swag bags do I need to send over to Panini to get Hoosiers cards in next year's product?
Hoosier? Oh, you mean like from the movie of the gym that you're in right now?
Yeah. The Hoosier
That's a great – I know, it's right. Hickory, Chitwood. That's a great question, Brody. And here's what I'll do for you. I will take your query, which is one of the most sinister queries I've ever been given by you. I will take that to my astute product development folks from the basketball side, David Porter, Keith Hauer, Brandon Kennedy, and we will find out first of all, what it's going to take and how we can get it accomplished. And then I'll report back to you either in our next interaction on your Brody the Kid show or maybe offline so we can work on something in private. But that's a great question. Obviously, those cards would be highly collectible, highly in demand from people like you and I who love the movie and love collecting and love basketball. It's kind of a union of all three things that we love anyway. So it's a great question. I'll find out the answer and I'll report back to you.
You gave me a pretty great answer. I love it. Let's go.
Oh!
Wait. Before you leave, I just want to let you all know. You guys sent me even stuff, and we're going to be giving some away, so make sure you stay tuned. Thank you again, Tracy. We got 2 Obsidian. These things are brand new.
Those are beautiful. And you got OPTIC too. Oh, your viewers are going to love it. I wish them nothing but the best of luck. I don't know how you give them away, but somebody's going to be really happy. All because of Brody the Kid. I mean, what's new, bro?
And Panini, because you guys sent me these boxes to do. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you again, Tracy.
You're welcome. Y'all be good.
All right, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just want to thank everyone that was on. Thank you so much, Bob and the Hoosier Gym, for letting us do this. Thank you to Brad Long, Buddy, for being on the show. Awesome interview. And thank you to Tracy Hackler for the stuff and for a great interview. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at BrodyTK, on Instagram at BrodyTheKid1. You can check out my YouTube, Brody the Kid. Also, my blog, with Brody the Kid, can be found at BigLeagueBreaks.com. You can follow Hobby Life Show on Twitter and Instagram. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Southern Hobby Supply, Beckett Media. Thank you, guys.
I've seen you guys can shoot, but there's more to the game than shooting. There's fundamentals and defense. The boys and I are getting to know each other. See who we are and what we can be. Let's be real clear about what we're after here, all right? It's team, team, team. 5 players on the floor functioning as one single unit. Okay? No one more important.
I love you guys.